I'm from the
Same place as trap music, this that first react music. They can't hold me back, I'm feeling good cause I'm black music. Can't nobody touch this, my flow I can't rush this. Put them on silence when I'm talking, you should hush bitch. I am from the heavy base, my bro called a heavy case. Got a couple
Good evening and welcome everyone back to another episode of Cigar Sundays Live, where we define, examine, and analyze words, sayings, and phrases used in American culture. And tonight, we will be smoking on the word Kwanzaa. So grab your thinking caps and get ready to smoke on words with two big nerds, myself, Chef Earl Pearl at DBCHEFTV, and the God, Ali Dawood L at BK Soul Farm. And we are the Cigarden Panel. Peace, God. How you feeling?
Peace, God. I'm doing pretty good. A little tired, but man, we here before, you know what I'm saying?
That's right. That's right. Always a blessing to be
Hell
back
yeah.
at it. This is our last show of the year the Catholic
The
Constantine
Roman
Constantine won the war, baby.
what they say, the Roman Greco calendar.
Constantine won the war. The Christians won the war. Okay.
Man.
So yeah, so we approaching 2026, a new year. And what better way to start it off than with Kwanzaa. Pardon me, y'all. I'm drinking a little water. Try and get it off. And before we jump into tonight's questions for the word Kwanzaa, y'all, don't forget, right now we got a holiday sale going on at the DBCHEFTV gift shop. 25% off all merchandise from now until January 5th, 2026 at midnight. Y'all can go over there and check that out. Link in the description. And also, don't forget to pick up your copy of 1016 160 Self-Sustainability by the God Ali Dawood L at www.bksoulfarm.com. The link is also in the description. Y'all can go over there, and we appreciate that. And we always understand if money's tight, it's all right. Just smash the like. And we appreciate y'all and love y'all for that too. So let's jump into tonight's questions for the word Kwanzaa. So, question number 1. What do you think of when you hear the word Kwanzaa? That is our house question. Let us know in the comment section. Number 2. Why do you think African Americans lack interest in celebrating Kwanzaa? Number 3. Which of the 7 principles of Kwanzaa is your favorite and why? Number 4. What are the positives and negatives of Kwanzaa? Explain both. And number 5, last but never least, is the word Kwanzaa bad, good, or misunderstood? And like we always do, after we answer the first question, we are going to go to the dictionary to get the definition of the word. So, before we do that, the God, Ali Dawood L at BK Soul Farm, what do you think of when you hear the word Kwanzaa?
Peace, God.
Peace, God.
For me, honestly, I think about an opportunity, right? To actually do a Sankofa for real, right? To actually go back and get something. right? It's an opportunity for us to get back to the village, get back to tribal thinking, right? We grew up on the saying it takes a village to raise a child. Um, and we can pick moments of village mentality throughout our childhood, but for the most part, um, man, unless the village was just wild, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's a lot of wild villages out there. It's a lot of those.
You know what I'm saying? Um, there wasn't a whole lot of there wasn't a whole lot of us thinking that persisted, right? To where it's a whole city of us that think like us, or a whole block of us that think like us, where it's family first. So I think about the opportunity that you get where after Christmas you get 7 days to practice, right? Kind of like a ritual, basically, right? That leads you into the new year. That essentially, um, if nothing else, it gives you a rule to actually practice being the best version of yourself every single day, right? Because it is a 7 principle based thing. So, like, that's what I think about. I think about the opportunity that it affords you, right? It's not a write your name on a list and you get gifts or whatever one time. Every day you gotta work towards something, right? And I think that's dope. I think the fact that it was homegrown here, um, made by an African American, for African Americans, specifically, right? Or black people here in America specifically. It was something, um,
Like FUBU, for us, by us.
food was fire, right?
Yeah.
Right. So I'm usually pro anything that we do, that's meant to benefit us all or shine a good light on us all. I'm pro those things. Um, while knowing that you got snakes in the grass in every circle. Um, I think about how it makes you think about money and financial management. I think about how it makes you think about actually either building a better relationship with your current family or building a better family to have a good relationship with. You know what I'm saying? Like I like that concept that it puts on you, the onus that it puts on you to to be responsible and accountable. That's what I like. That's what I think about when I think about Kwanzaa. I think about that sounds kind of crazy. That's like a bunch of work. I think about
Mm.
it. But I like
It
that
sound
part.
crazy to the lazy, yeah. It daggone sure sound crazy to the lazy. It's way more advanced than Christmas.
Or any other
Yeah.
celebration. What is
Yeah.
it? Hanukkah that's going on right before, like
I've never celebrated Hanukkah, so
not well. I ain't never
I
celebrate
don't
Hanukkah
know.
either, but I'm just thinking about other. Yeah, I don't know either. I don't know.
I don't
That's
I don't know the intricacies. Like I know with Christmas, like you were just saying to one of your points, many points. Um, you just it's like if you doing what you said, what you're told to do, then you make a list. What's on your Santa wish list? You know, and then all the credit kind of goes to Santa. It doesn't go to the parents who actually made the wish come true. You know, so there's a mysterious mythological, you know, magic happening there. And and then with Kwanzaa, like you were saying, you know, going into some of the things you like, you know, the opportunities there, the understanding of family building, the fiscal education that comes with it, um, the uh, the fact that it's even made by us, that you can, you know, you don't need a white Santa and a black Santa and
You know what I'm saying?
and an Asian Santa and a Japanese Spanish, you know, Santa. Like you don't need all of these different variations to perpetuate the narrative. You know, you could say it was FUBU, it was made by us and it's for us.
That's it.
You know, um, so in me going into answering the question, unless that was
Yeah, no, I'm good, guy.
okay. Um, you know what I think of when I hear the word Kwanzaa, um, the new bootstraps. You know, somebody taking lift yourself by your own bootstraps and by your own bootstraps and saying we have to do more than just grab your straps and lift. We have a lot more obstacles and things in the way that people aren't aware of. So we need to redefine what the lifting yourself, pulling yourself up by your own bootstraps is.
Hmm.
Because we see collectives of other people doing things, but we don't tend to see collectives of us doing things. You know, not in the making the progress way that we tend to see other ethnic groups thriving, especially here in America, since it is American made. Lift yourself by your own bootstraps was American made.
Shut up.
You know, pull yourselves up by your own bootstraps was American made. All right. So now that this is African American made, since we have a history where at first we were um niggas, colored, Negro,
Mm.
black, and then we're African American. You know, um, but the Chinese have been the Chinese, white people have been white people, Hispanics have been Hispanics. Um, you know, so
The whole damn time.
the whole time,
Yep.
you know, and I mean, and that's not without regard to that's negating the negative uh word assignments to their ethnicities, you know. But for us in particular, African Americans, it's always been agreed upon collectively as a group that, oh yeah, we're gonna be called this. And if it wasn't, then it's adopted because everybody checks the box anyway
Anyway.
and doesn't question it. So when I think of the word Kwanzaa, you know, it looks like very similar to that thing that you were saying of a village. Getting back to loving black, you know, to understanding what it is to have a community, what it is to have, to build, to share resources, to develop resources for yourself. Even having one of the principles is faith. Even having just faith in yourself that you have the ability to do it. A lot of us do that individually, and that's where we get like, because we have a overstanding of the pull yourself up by your bootstraps. So, and then things have been materialized. So now the lifting yourself up by your bootstraps is just like, how much material shit you got. How much stuff do you have that you can't take with you when you die? You know? And then now other people looking gonna be envious and jealous and all this other foolishness because the lack of the unit of the community of the unity does not allow everybody to benefit collectively from the knowledge that everyone shares. And it even allows me to get back to, I remember a time that my mother was sharing with me, saying how everybody used to walk to church, you know, and we talking about like in a 5-mile radius, everybody went to the same church. So within that, when I think of Kwanzaa, it's like that. It's like everybody in a 5-mile radius being able to go to the same place and be able to share the same resources. You know, now today we have a church every, you know,
every other corner,
every quarter mile, you know, a quarter mile in the country, every corner, quarter block in the cities. All right. But then the communities are divided because people want to go here because they like this, or people want to go here, or this not my type of service, or this not. And then the churches end up competing. You know, with this community, people that go there, they got this and they got a big church, and you see what they building and they got this, and then we got to get out there. You know, well, Kwanzaa is like on a racial level, on a ethnicity level, saying we can get all out, we can get all of our stuff. You know,
we kind of can.
We can get all of our stuff all in one place, collectively. You know, sharing the resources. You know this. Oh, this person real good in math. They, you know, and that's what it was like. Like when I think of it, if I was to imagine, if I were to visualize Kwanzaa being a cultural thing that we do, that we actually participate in, then one, it would be daily. So it would always be those resources available. You know, it would be like the Kwanzaa Community Center. You know, and it's, you know, it's the older kids who good in math and good in science, and they teaching the young kids, and they have time to do it. But it's also some teachers from the on the professional level who still have time to come, and you know, because they came through that same system, and you know, and it's just about pouring back in to each other, you know. So so when I think of Kwanzaa, when I think of the word Kwanzaa, you know, it's like the bootstraps redefined. You know, pull yourself up by your bootstraps, redefine as something to say, okay, that's good. We could do that. Like I could do that. But that's just my straps. So there's a level of, you got to put your mask on first before you can save anybody else. But what if I tie my shoes up and I like how they fit, and then I don't want to, you know, what if you having problems lacing yours up? And I'm just like, well, shit, but if I show you how to lace yours up, then you're going to get to walking on the same path that I'm walking, and I don't want that.
You know what's crazy about that? Like,
and I think we got a lot more of those.
Yeah, you know what's crazy about that part? Like, because the other person only becomes a problem, like if they're a hater. Like, like that's we got a lot of haters.
Yeah, but I mean, you'll do that. You'll show somebody how to lace their shoes up, and then they'll get on the same path, and then they be like, you got to move because you already been on the path too long enough, and you high enough on it. Let me try to get me. And it's like, It's not even supposed to be a competition. And you forgetting about your shoelaces. You forgetting about your bootstraps. You couldn't even lace them up. You didn't even know how to lace them up. Oh yeah, remember that thing you talked about? Well, yeah, you helped me lace my boots up, but you ain't helped me take this walk. But I showed you the path though. I said walk that path right there because that path is gonna be the safest path. But I just didn't walk with you. So I showed you how to lace your bootstraps up, and I showed you the safest path to take. But because I didn't hold your hand going down the path, but I knew it was a safe path for you to take in the first place. So, you know, to me, Kwanzaa eliminates the need for that, eliminates all of that confusion, you know, because we are doing something because it's purposely meant to be collective. It is not, Kwanzaa is not a solo project. It is not a me thing. It is a us. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and jump into the definition. And what we were doing real quick, y'all, is we were just answering our first question. What do you think of when you hear the word Kwanzaa? Let us know your thoughts on the word Kwanzaa in the comment section. If it's new to you, or if you have any knowledge of it, or if you even are familiar with Kwanzaa, what your experiences may have been. We always respond, and if you do it right now in the live chat, we're going to chop it up with you. We're going to chat back with you. All right? And don't forget to smash that like. So right now, we have Kwanzaa. It is a noun. And simply put, an African American cultural festival held from December 26th to January 1st. Which means right now, we are in the second day of Kwanzaa. And that is Kuja Chakalia, which is self-determination. So let's take a little deeper dive into Kwanzaa. Did you know in 1966, Maulana Karenge, actually Dr. Maulana Karenge, a Black Studies professor at California State University at Long Beach, created a new holiday patterned after traditional African harvest festivals. He called it Kwanzaa, a name he took from a Swahili term that means first fruits. The holiday, which takes place from December 26th to January 1st, was originally intended as a non-religious celebration of family and social values. Each day of Kwanzaa is dedicated to one of 7 principles: unity, self-determination, collective responsibility, cooperative economics, purpose, creativity, and faith. So
Man, I think the show over, God. I think that's like the perfect grand opening.
Grand opening, grand closing. That's
how,
it.
how you get
That's
mad
it.
at that?
That's it, right?
Oh man, that's like
That's
a
it.
perfect sentence.
That's it. Family and social values. family, and social values. Not just what's good for my house. Fuck you. I don't care what happened to you and your shit. Fuck your shit. Social is community, is collective.
And it says celebration.
And it's and it's supposed to be celebratory, right? And it's non-religion. So that means that if you're an African American Muslim, if you're an African American Christian, an African American Catholic, an African American atheist, if you are an African American Hebrew Israelite, a African American Pan African, what else? What
African
else
American.
are these
You got
people out here?
Moors. You got Moors. You got
Moors. You got what? All these people got all these separatist cliques.
Yeah.
But swear up and down, that they holier than the next one.
A celebration of family and so that means you celebrating family and social values.
Social values. So that means to be respectable of anybody's religion. Don't matter. Don't matter. You know why? Because we might have to live next door to each other.
Yeah, that's not important.
So that ain't important. I don't care where you go to pray at. I know you praying. And we look at and for this is looking past another man-made concept and saying the color, our ethnicity is what we're going to hold on to and hold value in. So you know how white power, how we see groups saying white power, okay? Remember there was a group that used to say black power, okay? But what was their black power about? What is their white power about? Isn't their white power about family and social values? Wasn't the black power movement about family and social values? Because the power is in the values. We don't hear the other people, and I point this out because this is part of American history. Like I'm not fantasizing about nothing. I didn't see this in a movie. This is real life.
Kind of lived it.
So we say it not to defamate the black power movement or the white power movement. What we saying is that we have to look at it and say, okay, which one of those things can be celebrated and beneficial and of value to us? The same way anybody who got their own movement is doing, because they're celebrating it and saying that it's valuable to them. We have something that somebody who made, Dr. Karanga, an African American. Unity. That's the first thing. We gotta come together. We keep hearing that. We gotta come together. Self-determination. Collective responsibility. I was just giving an example on how at the Kwanzaa Community Center, right? There's a responsibility. So as one goes, they give back. They come back, they give back. They continue to pour into a place that people poured into them.
Yep.
So you don't feel marginalized. You don't feel like nobody cares if in your home is broken. But in that center, what do we do? We talking about having collective responsibility, self-determination. We talking about unity. So it's going to be a concept that's going to come within those things, even purpose and creativity and faith. And the only reason why I'm leaving out and I can't even leave out cooperative economics because No household with a husband and a wife is going to be able to function without cooperative economics, without collective responsibility,
Yep.
without unity, without even without a purpose, without creativity. They be learning at the same time. you
Yeah,
know,
without faith.
without faith, that we got this, you know? So all of these things feed the spirit, feed the soul, feed the physical. All of the application of these things.
Yep.
But Christmas though, no knock to it. Will have you paying for it, hoping that you get a refund check. To get out the hole. So Kwanzaa, an African American cultural festival held from December 26th to January 1st. And right now, y'all, we on the second day of Kwanzaa, and it is pronounced Kuja Chakalia, which means self-determination, to define, name, create for, and speak for ourselves.
Fubu. For us, by
For us, by us, FUBU, right?
support your interests and live.
To define, name, create for, and speak for ourselves. Self-determination. Empowering individuals and communities to shape their own destiny, assert their voices, create their own realities, rather than being defined by others. Practice activities include self-reflection, goal setting, sharing personal affirmations, and researching inspiring figures who demonstrated persistence. And that's the reason why we doing something special for tonight's Flavor Bomb, because it is self-determination. So in the honor of Kwanzaa, our Flavor Bombs this evening are going to embody that. We're not going to just be having Kwanzaa, talking about Kwanzaa, and not be practicing it.
That'd be kind of crazy.
Nana V will be disappointed. So let's check out the thesaurus and see if there are any things synonymous with Kwanzaa. And guess what? Nope.
I was about to say, how does that work?
It's just Kwanzaa. It is unique in its own right.
So that mean it can't mean nothing no different than what the brother said meant.
That's it. That's it. No need to guess. Okay. So, moving to our second question right now, if you're just joining us, we are smoking on the word Kwanzaa. And today is the second day of Kwanzaa, which is self-determination, Kuja Chakalia. And now, our second question, why do you think African Americans lack interest in celebrating Kwanzaa? Let us know in the comment section what you think. Why do you think African Americans lack interest in celebrating a day that was made for them?
Yeah, so I think a few reasons, right? My first reason is plantation thinking. I think that on the plantation, our ancestors was taught to not follow or trust the words of each other, and to only look for guidance from that of the oppressor, from that of the colonizer, right? Like it seemed like there was a whole big mind control thing to be going on to diminish the word of each other. Like, you know, that whole shuffling around, and like we're divided, and that came from the plantation. So we gotta acknowledge that, and and fix that, right? Also, I think that the one of the biggest reasons besides that, well, this is also a plantation. uh, we think is a replacement for Christmas, right?
People do think it's a replacement for Christmas.
And and because they think it's a replacement for Christmas, it in the competitive spirit of being an American, right? That's what that good old capitalism does. It makes you compete, and now is mine is better than yours, and now is, you know, it could come like, which white man is better, which slave master is better, but the only difference is there's only one slave master in this conversation. The other one was made by a freeman, right? Like like it's not, and the last thing I think is laziness and selfishness. Again, that more Americanism, pull yourself up by your bootstraps. The idea that if it's a replacement for Christmas, automatically means 7 days of gifts, 7 days of actual physical activities, 7 days of my committed body on a specific thing for my well-being and yours. Um, and that, we've gotten away from being willing to do the right amount of work, or the work in the right direction, right? Like that's why accountability is such a problem, because the work required is too much. The self-reflection, right? To constantly hold a mirror up, your arm get tired, right? And instead of you look for other ways to see yourself, you just put the arm down. It's like, oh, I can't see myself no more, so I don't need to be accountable for how I may appear. And it's still,
For how you talking about for the shit you actually doing? You
yeah,
talking
but
about
yeah,
how
but
you conducting yourself in life in real time?
yeah, but it just looked like that though. It just right.
Yeah.
So that's what I think, God. I think I think the vision that was taught to us on the plantation is the first thing. The the replacement theory is what I'm gonna call it, right? People think it's a replacement for Christmas, and it's scary, right? For one of the things to be faith, and for somebody to think that you're trying to take away their faith or trying to replace their faith,
Mm.
right? So I think that's a hard concept, right? Because faith comes in the end. It doesn't start out the thing. So even though it starts the day after Christmas, the very first day is unity, not faith, right? We gotta agree that we're gonna do these next. You know what I'm saying? Like it starts with, you know what I'm saying? With
Right. Let me ask this. Let me ask this, God. When you say the faith, though, right? Because
mm,
I'm under the impression, like I agree with you, but what I'm thinking is are people confusing the faith like that because their faith is so ingrained into religion? Because if they can read and understand language, the English language, then when Kwanzaa is being explained, it's saying it's a non-religious celebration. So your faith shouldn't even be correlated to your religion, to your religious, you know, affliction or affiliation.
Yeah, but yeah.
But people don't know how to separate that. They don't know how to say, well, like I have faith in my job. That's why I get up and go every day. That they're gonna pay me. It's the difference between the faith that I get from going to church and having faith in the pastor preaching a good word. It's the difference from the faith that I have that um when I go see my doctor, they're gonna be honest with me and tell me everything about what I got going on. I got faith in that because I like my doctor. Me and my doctor have a relationship. We cool. I like where I work at. We cool. I like where I go hit a word at. We cool. So I got faith in all these different things, right? But I can't have, so people don't have that ability to discern. Is that what we saying? Or
so,
are they just fucking picking and choosing and just,
so
because
I think they're 100% picking and choosing because they play with faith like that, right? Because what you said was in all actuality the truth. How people have faith, but the way that um, uh, uppity or starch religious people um, explain it, faith is only in the religion. Like so it wouldn't be you have faith that your boss is gonna pay you. You got faith that your higher power is gonna see fit that your boss pays you because you went to work and did a good job.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to laugh so fast. but we
I-
just saw a government shutdown and we saw government workers in food bank
yeah,
lines and
and I'm saying
you know
to the religious, if you didn't die from that, you didn't die because of your higher power's grace over you at that time. Uh, that's how they view faith,
uh
right? Right. That's uh,
it couldn't be the fact that if I got a nonprofit and I got a food bank, like like it's still, yeah, we're in the business of helping people, but even though we don't make a profit, we still gain some type of benefit other than just helping others, right?
yeah. No, I think
So
that word faith is the problem.
yeah.
Right? That's why I say like it's the replacement for Christmas, and even if Christmas is, it doesn't matter if Christmas is about baby Jesus or about Santa Claus. It don't matter, right? It doesn't matter. Um, it was given to us on the plantation, right? It was given to us in order for us to become Americans, right? It was like Christmas and all that stuff was given to us, so um, it don't feel strange. You know what I mean? Like it's been around.
It's programmed.
Yeah, right.
It's
And
programmed.
and while every other thing is man made, we accept because it's been around for so long. Um, because Dr. Karinga did this in 1966, it said. Uh,
66, yeah.
it doesn't get the same respect of being ancient because it can't because we still don't give African Americans our respect and our due for our creations, our insights, like for things that we accomplish. So because it's not ancient African culture, it's not real. It's just some black shit because it's some African American shit. Right. So it doesn't. It's almost like we get people feel bad that
nobody died. Like it's not Juneteenth
it's not
or
it's not Juneteenth and not
Martin
enough
Luther
people.
King birthday. You know, like because somebody died. Somebody, you know.
Yeah, like not enough people doing it, right? So people
But black
feel.
people, African Americans love to party. You know what I'm saying? That's African Americans love to party. Like that's one of the things. That's one of the things that African Americans do best is party.
Right.
For real. Like before we get together to talk about an economic plan, you know, somebody having a barbecue, somebody having a birthday, somebody having some type of shit to play some music, cook some food, and get nothing accomplished but that. And we do that successfully. Matter of fact, we do funerals successfully, and we do parties successfully.
We can organize very, very well.
You know, organize parties and funerals very well.
We're just not organized.
But something like this, that's for us, by us. You know, you made a great point too. One of many. You know, that 1966 thing. That's what I'm thinking is part of the reason why, you know, why there's such a lack of interest in it. We had civil rights movement in 63, 64. Civil Rights Act, 63, 64. So, you know, it's beautiful that it came right after the Civil Rights Act. But it seems to me that there was, because that was more about integration, the desegregation of things, that it looked to people as though you want to put us back in slavery.
You want to put us back in slavery. We just got to eat at this white man's counter.
Yeah.
And now you want to make us go back to our mom and pop.
And now you want us to have our own again. Now you want us to not think that moving to the neighborhood where the white people live at and being the only African Americans in that community is not successful.
Yo, God, I'm listening to you right now. If had that taken off, had that taken onto our hearts in the 60s, crack wouldn't have stood a chance.
Never. They would have gave it to somebody else. It wouldn't have been us.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been us. Like, no, that's what I mean.
They would have gave it to somebody else. But crack still would have been out here. It just would have been us with our pinkies up, like, oh no, like Whitney, like rest in peace, Whitney Houston. Like crack is whack. You know, rest in peace, Whitney. Whitney said crack is whack.
Peace for real, right? Like,
you know,
so, yeah, like crack wouldn't have been a thing for us, God, if man. Yeah.
So, you know, that's why I'm thinking there's such a lack of it. I think that right there, and it's just some shit in my head. You know,
I just thought about that just now.
That's all. You know, it's a theory. That don't mean it was true. You know, but we do know what we got going on today. You know. And you know, and if you African American and you live in a neighborhood where you got a whole bunch of white, you done did it. I done made it. But man,
I done made it.
I got all my white neighbors. They be like, "How's it going?" And all that. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like you be like, "Yeah, it's safe. Ain't no nickels around here." You know, we calling the police. So, like that is what is being sold as well. You
But
know,
that's so American.
yeah, that is what is being sold. That is the brand. That
Yeah.
is the mindset. That is the,
Mm.
the motivation, the narrative. And, you know, I could very much see like just coming right out of the civil rights movement, in 66, they like, man, here you go with some more of that black stuff, man. We ain't trying to hear none of that. And then you had the draft and everything where they shipping brothers to war, with Vietnam. So it was breaking up, getting a lot of brothers from out of the communities to be able to organize, to be able to get that information, because you got to think the neighborhoods were the base, were the foundation. And if you in there with a message, you will be able to, circulate your message and allow people some of these ideas to emanate and for people to adopt. But if I say, you know what, well, fuck all that, cause you know what I'm saying, we gonna send y'all to war. Shoot the fuck up out of here. And then we both being veterans, we know the traumas that come with military service. And we probably have had an uncle, a father, somebody, know somebody who had so much trauma from the Vietnam War, and they was just so tough. They even dealt with it through some form of addiction. Coming back to America, and then we saw socially how they got treated. Coming back from the war. So that's crazy though. That's crazy, but that was just something that was in my head, that maybe it's that, and we know, and another point that you made was that people think that they have to get rid of Christmas. But another thing is like it's the day after.
A whole day after.
And even if you want to we did Christmas, y'all, on our last show, go check that out on Cigar Sundays, episode 93. Christmas is just supposed to be about a feast and baby Jesus. So if you only do the feast and baby Jesus on Christmas Day, then guess what? You got plenty of room for gifts for the next 7 days.
It's like perfect. It's like perfect.
To go with a principle, and and you don't have to give up your Christmas.
You can give Jesus the 25th, right? And then you can dedicate yourself to your family the next 7 days. Where at the end of y'all all dedicating yourself back to Jesus and each other.
360 like the sun, right? The whole cycle complete.
That joint which is why faith is at the end, because it starts with your faith, but it ends. Oh, come on, son.
I don't know. It seems so easy for us, but yeah. So
there's no debate. Like there's nothing to fight. Like it's a whole day after Christmas. It'd be different if it started on the 25th. I'm like, all right, you got me.
Yeah, but I'm thinking Dr. Karanga may have known that, man, black folks love themselves some Santa Claus and some Christmas and some gifts and stuff.
Yeah,
So
PhD. Yeah, he a thinker. Yeah.
So we're not gonna do that. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go after Christmas, so that way we start the new year on a positive note, doing something, even though we just did that year. People for Christmas travel, come from school, come back home, do things. You see people that you grew up with at church, or whatever the events and functions, at the skating ring, whatever it is. All right. But now you're going to spend the rest of this time with your family usually. So from that time until it's time for you to leave and go back to where your business is or where your home is, let's get on these things. Let's get on these values and these principles, and let's refresh ourselves with this. You know, let's go down our list and make sure that we're implementing this correctly, you know, amongst our families and amongst our social relationships. So that brings us to our third question. Which of the 7 principles of Kwanzaa is your favorite and why? And I know it's tough because, you know, we like all of them. But, you know, but just to pick a fave and go with it, you know.
Yes. So this is actually not tough for me, right? I like the very first one, unity,
Unity.
right? And my reason is because we just need to agree on just one thing. Like it is so important that we unify, right? Like unity to me is the most important one, right? Because if we don't have buy-in, you just got a bunch of haters. Like everything, every step you take, like you just got a bunch of haters, like and a bunch of people literally pushing you back or trying to stop you, and that's not cool, right? So you need buy-in. You need to do the rest of the stuff, man. Like so to me, like that's the number one. You got to start with the agreement to that we're gonna be self-determined. We're gonna be creative. We're gonna practice family economics. We're gonna practice our faith together. We're gonna practice right all this
Together.
to,
Together.
together, right?
Together.
Like it starts with the agreement to do that. It starts with the unity, right?
Yeah. We're together. Yeah.
It starts with together,
Mm-hmm.
right? Not it's not my list. It's not this is what I want from Santa or from my parents. This is what we need.
It's not faith first
No,
because you can't see faith. You can't see faith. But unity you can see. You can
right.
touch that.
And that's why I said earlier, like preferably it would be you unifying with your blood, right? Those that are closest to you, right? But in reality, those that are closest to you are those that you spend the most time with. That's in your life most frequent, right? Um, like if those people are your enemies, if those people are not on your team, if those people like you got a hard day, it's like, right? and
if you wake up,
right, and those people that you
yeah,
spend your time with may not be your blood relatives. So it could be unity with your actual family or the one that you actually create for yourself, right? Like it's support your interest and live, right? So yeah, for me it's unity. Like
unity,
yeah, it's the most
unity.
important thing.
I like that. Um, Mine is going to be cooperative economics. Um, because I think it does embody the unity because it's cooperative. But where we are nowadays, I'm just like, man, the economics is one of the biggest things when we look at redlining and Jim Crow um and all of these different things that we saw happen throughout African American history that we've seen take place, um and even the destruction of the Black Wall Streets and um even from the from the depictions of movies such as Malcolm X when he's in school and he's the best he's the best student in that environment at arithmetic, and the teacher is encouraging him to, you know, work with his hands rather than work with his brain. You know, even though, yeah, you should have a trade too, you know, you want to be multifaceted. Because if all you could do is sit behind a computer and type, but then AI take your job, you know, but then they got jobs for, you know, carpenters and electricians and things like that. You know, it may take, you may be homeless for a while before you can get your skills set up, if you even got access, you know? So, so yeah, there is but in that environment and what they were trying to push, you know, we seen that there's a marginalization that's been happening, historically. So now bringing it fast forward to now, most of the black millionaires or billionaires, they all have worked with some form of collective or some co-op. You know, like Magic Johnson, using him as an example, you know, shout out to Magic. It's all positive. As an investment group, you will hear he owns this, he owns that, he owns this, but he does this with people. Shaquille O'Neal, even Shaq said, I don't invest in a business, I invest in people. You know, so even Shaq saying, you know, my money green. If you, you know, like he loves it if it's a black person doing it, if it's an African American black person doing something, but he ain't gonna turn down no money if it's something and he sees value in the people and the product of what they doing. So that type of, you know, that type of cooperative thing is what we need more of, especially when we look at, there is a saying that like African Americans make up have a $3 trillion economic base or something like that, or earnings or spending power, and it's like, damn, we don't put none of that together. It's only a very small portion. More of the African American community with that much spending power stays in debt. You know, not good debt, but in, you know, bad consumer debt, bad robbing Peter to pay Paul debt, bad not desiring to educate themselves on economics, you know, on just like I said, I was talking to Cold Seas on the Brunch Fellas, and I was like, I don't need $1 million. I don't need $1 billion. You know, if I obtain it, it's fine. But what I must have, regardless of how much money I have, is budget management and discipline. You know, I must have personal finance management and budget discipline. I must have that. If I don't have that, then I'm always going to feel like I'm struggling. And then at some point in time, people have to realize they like the struggle. They think that is something of value, you know, probably because they are associating themselves with a lot of people around them that think the same way. So they're scared to elevate because those people now ain't gonna like them no more, because now they're gonna have some new shit to say, like, hey, you know, you could do this and you don't have to be like that. But then that's like pulling teeth too, because now who you think you is, or you think you better just because I don't think I'm better. I am better than what I was yesterday with my finances.
And I got some information I was trying to share with you.
That's it. because when I didn't know it, it fucked me up. You know, it caught me off guard. So I'm trying to share with you so you don't get caught off guard, because I'm blessed enough to not have been phased by, to not have been outed by, you know, like to been down, just out for the count. I ain't get knocked out by it, you know. So cooperative economics to me is my favorite amongst the 7 principles, because I think that at this point in junction right now, yes, I agree that unity is the first step, like agreeing that we have to do this thing together, you know. But my favorite one is like when we get to the cooperative economics. Now you get a Bentley, you get a Bentley, you get a Bentley, you get a Bentley, you know, because it seems as though that everybody is so wild and, you know, mystified with this material shit, you know, with shit that you just can't take with you at all, like no matter how much of it that you have. And they forget that, like, you know, when you're born, birth is synonymous with death, so it's gonna happen. You can't have the one without the other. And I think, and people forget that birth is synonymous with death, not life, birth. So, you know, in between then, we didn't create these things, but people like to have some stuff. Even if you don't want the fancy stuff, you still got your comfortable things that you like too. You know, it don't have to be all the designers and everything. I'd use that, you know, just as a reference. But you know, but even if it's modesty, you still want your needs, whatever you feel as though your needs are, you still want to meet those comfortably. You know, and I believe that through cooperative economics, you know, it just works better, and teams win. So like, it's fun winning. It's not fun. Like you were saying, God, with the hate, like you get hate, like you just get the hate. Like that's the reason why we get so much hate. Like it in the communities and everything is because people look at what you have. And I saw this meme. It said, and it was a sister who said it. She said, they hate you. They hating on you because you have what they want, but they're not willing, and they think they deserve it, but they're not willing to do the work to get it.
At all. That's why they looking ass motherfuckers.
You know? And it's like, I think if we had cooperative economics, you know, that people wouldn't have to, you know, be some haters and shit, or some looking ass motherfuckers.
Yo, you know what's crazy? I was listening to you, thinking about the question. Every last one of them kind of feed into each other. They kind of all.
Yeah, that's why I said it's hard. That's why I said it's hard, because I love all of them. You know, all of them.
Kind of like it don't matter which one you pick. Like you're kind of doing the same thing in every single one of them. Like even in. So somebody might hear self-determination, and that might sound like, oh, I'm determining myself, I'm pulling myself up by your bootstraps, and it's like, no, that's not what that is. Like that's a whole an agreement, that's a unity thing. Like that is us defining ourselves. Like if we're black, that's because we're saying we're black, we're saying we're actively black, right? We saying like we making songs saying I'm black and I'm proud, right? Like if like that's us. Hell, even nigga, right? With the A, right? Like it or don't like it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's still a right, like it's still a thing, right? So it's
I don't know. Yeah, nigga is a thing, but I ain't.
that's what
You
I say,
know.
right? That's what I say. Like
Yeah,
it
I
or
don't
don't like
like it.
it. I don't like it
Yeah,
either.
I
I
don't
don't
like
like
it.
it. I
I
don't
don't
like
like
it.
it because it was given to defamate us, regardless of how, and people and black people still try to use it against each other to defamate each other.
I don't like
You
it.
know,
I don't like it
because it's
because of that.
selective.
Yeah, that
You know, it's too selective.
and we forget the Spanish roots, right? Like we forget, and we give a whole group of people a pass, and we only feel like we only want to blame the Brits, uh, or quote unquote white people for for the word when Negro was put on us by a whole coast, right? Saying like, nah, that's what they are over there. They Negro. So
Mm-hmm.
so yeah. So
Yeah, it's low vibrational.
it's
It's
I
low
don't like I
vibrational.
don't like it at
You
all.
know, niggas, bitches, hoes, tramps, sluts. You know, all that is low vibrational. You
Yeah,
know,
right.
it
But
is.
yeah, so like it don't matter which one you use, right? They all seven principles um could really just be one thing, right? But the idea is to again to make you think, give you something to strive for every day, right? Because people get bored with the same old mundane thing, and they need something new and shiny to reach for, because they won't go for it.
Right. With like you just said, like today, self-determination, the focus is to empower individuals and communities to shape their own destiny. Okay. So when we talk about empowering individuals, even in a self-determination way, like you said, to define, right? To define and speak for ourselves. That's still, by example, empowering individuals by sharing the information, pulling
Because
back by sharing the information.
even in that, you're not being an individual by yourself,
You're not.
right? Even in that, you're not being the best individual, right? Like
You're not. You're not.
like you're
You're not. You're saying I want all of us to win.
that's what you're saying. You want all of us to win.
Especially if you look like me. You know, I don't want to see you hurt at all. You know,
Yeah, I only want to see wins.
I only want to see wins. You know, but if you want to hurt me though, then don't be mad if you smack me and I don't turn my cheek and I smack you back.
With my elbow.
You know, like you shouldn't have smacked if you didn't want to get smacked. You know, so that is part of accountability, and people, but we in a world where people just don't want to be accountable for shit. Like so, like,
That's yeah, that's what I'm
yeah,
saying, right? Like
like,
that's why I said in the earlier question, bro. Like the
yeah.
replacement for Christmas. Like you figure with Christmas, you just gotta write your stuff on a list and then just be good, right? And then your stuff will come to you. But that's not really being accountable. That's just that's just
Nah, people be scared to be accountable, man. Like, cause they know they wrong. Like, and that's why I don't be having a problem. Like, people would say you're arrogant, you cocky, you this, you that, because I won't lie on myself. Because I don't have a problem with saying I did it. I got in trouble, but I did that.
I did that.
And the consequence that I had maybe not been the consequence that you wanted for me, but I got in trouble. You know? So don't keep trying to poke me to do some more shit because you thought you was in control of me. You thought you had some type of influence over me. You know, when you tell somebody and it like, I don't got no time to be playing no games, like I don't have any attention for you, unless it's positive.
Unless it's positive.
Unless it's positive. But people will try because they obviously they desire negative attention. and your positive attention that you even may have showed somebody already, they didn't value that. So it's like, so you want to be mistreated. Do I look like somebody that wants to mistreat people? You know what I'm saying? Like, and I have to look at myself. Like, that's why I have to look in the mirror, and I'll be like, damn, is there something in my spirit that maybe that person sees that is attracting them to be mistreated? You know? Because like, oh, maybe they could see my demon, but maybe my demon isn't telling you, I will kill you. You know what I'm saying? Maybe my demon isn't speaking that. Maybe my demon is just speaking, ha ha ha, ha ha ha, ha ha ha. You want to be mistreated? I'll mistreat you. You know?
That's what I say, man. It's your fault.
It's like maybe it's just my fault. Maybe it's just my fault. You know, maybe, and I'm just like, who knows? Like, who knows what be going on in other people's head? The way that they will interpret you, even after you have treated them fair and kind. So, you know, because other people are dealing with their own demons. Maybe they seek death. You know, but they not willing to just go and drive and jump off a cliff. You know, like
you said a hell of a word. You said you treat them fair. You mean so does fair mean how they treat you, or does how?
Yes. Yes. Absolutely.
Ooh, that's scary.
Yes.
God, that's scary.
Yeah. Fair is fair, right?
I don't know.
Fair is if you wrong.
Rocks. I just want to throw rocks.
Oh, you just want to throw rocks though and hide your hand, right?
I don't want the rocks to come back, guys.
Yeah, see, and that's what I'm talking about.
You can't point at me and say he threw a rock.
So you don't want to admit that you threw the first punch.
Nah.
You just want to go to the principal's office. No. You want to go to the principal's office, beat up, and say, "Look what he did to me." Not saying that you threw the first punch at him, and because you thought it was gonna be sweet, because you thought you was gonna whoop his ass, but it just so happened he been going to his parents done had him in them jujitsu classes, and they are weak, but he is strong. Yes, Jesus loves me. That part. That part.
That's what I'm saying, right? No accountability. Not only am I gonna start this fight, right? I'm gonna I didn't throw no punches, right? I only got beat up when I tell this story. Right?
You only got beat up, right? you ain't telling none of your story, right? None of your story. You know?
That's how it goes, God. Like not only did I not throw the first punch, I ain't throw no punches.
Yeah. And that's horrible.
Horrible.
You know, that's horrible. We got M Turner 60 in the building. Shout out.
Peace. Playground.
Shout out M Turner 60. He said the playground bully, right? Yep. Yeah, the playground bully. You know, you want to be mistreated. Yeah, people be acting like they just want to be mistreated. Like you can't even, you know, when you try the communal way of, you know, and the straightforward, like, you know, like we don't have to bullshit each other. We can be straightforward with each other. You know, like let's establish that relationship where we can be cool. You know, you may have had conversations with people, you may have had interactions and things like that. And people seem straightforward. Like you don't have to sugarcoat shit. You don't have to mystify it, you know. You don't have to try to speak in tongue or code. You can just be straightforward. Like
we ain't gotta walk all the way around the block
before we cross the street. You know, we can you know, we can just look both ways and cross. Exactly. With the traffic, with the traffic coming. You know, so it's definitely one of them things where it's just like it's a mystery to me still to this day, but answering our question, cooperative economics and the God said unity, that were the favorites. Um, our fourth question tonight, y'all. Make sure to smash that like button if you. We thank y'all, appreciate y'all for tuning in. What are the positives and negatives of Kwanzaa? Explain both.
The positives, I think I already said we already said the positives. Like is 7 of
Endless, double down on
them.
it.
Like,
Double down on the positives, because it needs to be beat and ingrained like Christmas is, or like,
right.
yeah, like it.
It's like the positives, like is literally um 7 days long. Right, it's a 7-day practice to give you something to do every single day, right? Just in case you forgot, right? You can actually write down starting the day after Christmas, every single day, and your week could start off on Unity. Every Sunday could be Unity Day, right? Or if you're a Monday type person, every Monday could be your Unity Day, right? And that could be your day that you do Unity, right? And you just start from there. Like there's a bunch of positives, right? Like the positives are endless in just the principles namesake alone. Um, the negatives for me, I would have to say lack of buy-in, right? The constant comparison to Christmas, the constant um we get a lot of flack from other heavily melanated people from other countries that's not from here, um looking down on African American grown things as well as everybody else, right? So it makes it hard when people that look like you um are adding in on the hate or the mistreatment and abuse, right?
Can you give me
Um,
one example, please, for the viewers, so they can
nah, so
understand it? Because
so
people
so
are here and just think
so
that.
so it'll come like so it'd be the same, stuff that the other African Americans say, but it's just different when somebody from another country say it, where it's like, well, if you're the only person doing Kwanzaa, how can Kwanzaa be a thing? How can it all right? Um, well, Kwanzaa
I'm gonna smack the shit out of somebody.
Kwanzaa is a man-made religion, right? Kwanzaa, Kwanzaa,
Religion? Kwanzaa's
uh,
a man-made
uh,
religion.
uh, Kwanzaa was Dr. Karenga was a CIA operative, and he didn't even love black people. He married a white woman, right? Like you hear all this stuff.
Did he
To,
marry a white woman?
I have no idea. Like, you know,
But they
like,
celebrated Kwanzaa with his black children, though. Okay, so all right, whatever. All right, okay, okay, all right, fine. No problem. He didn't forget about where he came from. He
you know,
said,
like,
I'm going over here with the white women, but I'm gonna leave y'all with something that'll help y'all, don't make the same mistake. Don't do as I do as I say. Type shit. Is that what?
yeah, like, but
It's
like,
horrible.
it's all the same talking points to make people hate the new thing or hate themselves or hate for them to be a part of the thing that's meant for them, right? Because I don't know, man. It's just that's why I said before, like the lack of marketing is one of our biggest issues because it's not mainstream. Is looked at as an afterthought instead of a cultural movement, right? Like Like Juneteenth gets way more love and publicity than Kwanzaa.
What?
Right?
Everybody get a day off.
You get a you get a whole day
A
off
paid day off.
for a celebration for an extra 2 years of slavery, right? Like we celebrating them getting an extra 2 years on us and still not giving us reparations, right? That's how I see that particular thing, right? But and everybody buys in on the thing that the oppressor gives us and say, y'all
It's a
can have that.
Juneteenth. Oh, I'm going to the Juneteenth concert. I'm going to the Juneteenth festival. I'm going to the Juneteenth this. I'm going to the Juneteenth that. Oh, they having a party tonight at the club, and it's
Because
gonna be Juneteenth theme, and they're gonna be twerking and everything.
it's federally accepted. The white man accepts it. The federal government accepts it. Everybody accepts it, right? So it got the backing that it needs to be what it is, and
Hold up, guy. Hold up, guy. Hold up, guy. Hold up, guy. You ain't gotta work. Come out and twerk for Juneteenth. It's horrible. I laugh at it to keep from crying.
right,
I laugh at it to keep from crying because it's just like sad, just sad. Like it's such a smack in the face. It's such a smack in the face.
right, like if they keep it, right, like if they keep the damn holiday, right, because it might
It might get removed.
it might get removed, right? They might call it DEI or some
30,
shit.
30 years from now, you don't need that shit. You don't need Martin Luther King's birthday either. I don't know what the fuck we were thinking.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Y'all getting too many days off already. You got Charlie
right,
Kirk got a day. You got Christmas. You got it's too many fucking days off. I'm trying to tell you.
right,
Who
like
knows?
so to me, the lack of buy-in is the number one negative and really the only negative, right? The plantation thinking of self-hate is so deeply ingrained that anything black owned, anything homegrown is mistrust first, right?
Yeah.
You want it to be free first. You want it to be given to you first. You want to at least get a sample first,
Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm.
right? So that you can tell them if it's so you actually want to act like a village, right? When it's convenient, right? You actually want to like that's what I'm saying, man. Like,
You know who poisoned the African American with that?
that's who that
The Chinese food in the mall. Free sample.
free. Oh my god,
Sample before you buy. Sample before you buy.
I hate free, man.
Yeah. And then you go to Costco, they got the free samples. And then you go to the grocery store, you want to try this? And then everybody wants some shit free. And then they get home, be all gassy and poopy. And be like,
I am
ain't
not
nobody
a
tell
free
you eat
sample
that
kind
shit
of
just because
guy,
it was
God.
free. Nah, I look at that. Nah, no thank you, baby. I'm
No,
fine.
thank you.
I'm
Even
cool.
I don't even get free samples from public, bro. Like I just
Nah, no, nowhere.
nowhere. I'm just not with
Nowhere.
that. I'm just
Nowhere.
not. That's so strange to me.
Nowhere. And this, sidebar. I don't know why the people always look unsavory who they pick to give out the free samples. The only time I ever see a free sample that looks almost worth taking is like when I go in the liquor store and they having the sample. But I'm like, I'm not about to leave the liquor store with liquor on my breath. I'm gonna get the bottle. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because you can't just have one. You be like, "Oh, that's good. Let me get another one." Like you being total wines and shit, and they be like, "Yeah, go ahead." They don't give a shit. Next thing you know, you done had, damn near half a glass or something in shots, in samples, and now you buzzing on the way back home. So like, no.
Yeah, nah. Um,
It's not
I,
good.
I think that's the only negative I got is the lack of marketing or the constant comparison to Christmas. And just the self hate that comes with it, like because it's African American created it, it automatically makes it shit or not internationally known. And I'm like, but I'm known on the microphone. Man, shut up, man.
it makes it off brand.
Makes it off brand, which
It
is
make it off brand,
which
yeah.
which is which is which is so African American, right? Because we make off brand cool,
We do make off brand cool, right?
right?
BK Soul from DBCHEFTV, right? But that's our brand. That's on brand.
That's
So
on brand, right? Like
I'm trying to tell you, it's on brand.
it's on brand.
It's a new brand.
It's a new it's a new brand,
It's a new brand.
right? It's a new brand.
It's a new brand. You know.
You know?
So yeah, y'all, we are answering the question right now. Question number 4: what are the positives and negatives of Kwanzaa? And explain both. So I mean, just to echo something the guy was saying about the negatives. The negative is the fact, one of the main negatives is that it isn't marketed at all. It definitely not in relation to how we see other things like Juneteenth, like and no disrespect to the honorable Dr. Martin Luther the King, because Martin Luther King put in some work,
Hell yeah.
But we don't see this. We don't see Kwanzaa promoted or pushed as that, or like Christmas. It's not. It's the Christmas sale. It's the what, next year I think I'm gonna have the holiday Kwanzaa sale. I think that's what it's gonna be. It's not. It's gonna be happy holidays, but it's gonna be happy Kwanzaa sale. Just to give it more marketing, because this Christmas sale is always the Christmas sale, the Christmas thing, the holiday sale, and that tends to be the thing. So I'm even guilty of it myself, but I'm making myself aware of it right now, and we're gonna do something about it. But that's why when you said that, I was like, wow, started playing over in my mind, like it is not promoted at all. There are no major brands, major companies that get behind, push, and advertise. There are no major platforms that get behind and advertise and push the idea of Kwanzaa at all. It's almost like that's for the dashiki wearing niggas.
Some dashiki wearing.
That's the
coconut oil, shea butter wear.
Them shea butter. He smelling like shea butter. Yeah, I always smell like shea butter.
Like, yo, see this spoon?
See this smoothness? You see this cocoa beware? You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So I'm just like, man, look, that's what it is. The marketing aspect of it. If the marketing would improve, man, I think that negative side of it is just, it's not enough word of mouth. It's not enough desire that would actually be able to further people's interests in Kwanzaa and education about it, to be able to now begin a path to see how they can apply it to their own lives.
Yo, God, I think if we had commercials, I think continental Africans would be promoting Kwanzaa. Right? I think if it was marketed better, right?
I believe so, because I mean, everybody follow everything that we do.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, they follow hip hop, right? They follow all that. They out there trapping and twerking, and
they everywhere,
right? And everybody want to have the Bentleys and the the big house and
That's what I'm saying.
the fake bodies, and you know, it's real skin, but up underneath of it, it's a kit. You know, you know, I don't want to fit nobody. You know, but you know, I know it's real skin, but you know, but all of that stuff that comes from hip hop culture around the globe, it is that, and it's not new. It's been that way.
It's been that way.
It's been that way. When I was explaining, like, you know, you've been around the world, you know, and you hopping off the boat and you go into to ports, and you know, it's my nigga, my nigga, my nigga, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? And they thinking that they trying to identify with you. They seeing your style, your clothes, what you got on, you know, how you walk, how you move. They like, he looks like hip hop.
He look like hip hop.
You know, that's what they looking at. He look like hip hop. You know, it's a difference when, you know, you got some brothers that might have on the khakis with the shirt tucked in with the belt. You know,
we're very corporate.
Yeah, you know. They don't know. They don't
look like he could be a colonizer.
I don't know.
Hey, my Negro.
You know. That's the one they hit. Brother. Brother. You know. But you know, I hopped off the boat. I was drippy. I had, you know, all, you know, I was fly.
I was Brooklyn all the time.
You know, so I'm like, I'm walking, letting you know, like, you know, I ain't from around here. You know, try anything. We already, you know, young and foolish, but
it was fun.
You know, but having fun though, right? But yeah, but you get that. You know, and it almost was like that's what I was looking for, to feel comfortable, to be identified, you know. So I do think that if Kwanzaa was marketed more, especially in the arena of hip hop, that worldwide it would be felt exceptionally more than two big nerds right here smoking on the word. So positives. Everything is positive about it.
Yeah, it's hard to.
Everything is positive. Everything is positive. Everything. I could not think of a reason to downplay any of the level of positivity with Kwanzaa, for the simple fact that, I mean, like we said, we start at unity and we go full circle to faith. So everything in between, all of the principles, what they represent, what they encompass, what they will allow us to do, how they will allow us to perform, to improve amongst each other individually. There's no way that Kwanzaa in particular would not be positive. You know, everybody had Christmas and they going about their business. And you can still have Christmas and going about your business. But at the same time, a lot of people had Christmas, and then after Christmas, they just go back to basically to the same rat race, or to the same struggle that they had prior to, if they did not incur more of a financial burden. And, you know, and then looking forward to taking that into the new year. So I definitely think that everything about Kwanzaa is positive. And I encourage all of you out there to smash that like button. Also, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so when we go live, you never miss an episode of Cigar Sundays Live. And Google Kwanzaa and practice it. Matter of fact, even if you just take each day from now until the last day, and you just pull it up and just look at it and just read it and see how it can apply to your life. or see how it can apply to your family, to your collective, and that's the start. That is the start right there. If we get to all African Americans getting on one page with Kwanzaa, it'll be a cold day in hell, but I'll be there. I'll be there with my coat on and shit. You know what I'm saying? I might even wear something light. I'll be like, shit, just stand close to the fire, y'all. We ain't gonna burn, you know. But definitely let us know what y'all think the positives and negatives of Kwanzaa are, and why. We always like to hear what everybody has to think, and we're always interested in it, and we respond to all the comments. So let us know. You can tell us in the chat right now or in the comments below. So before we get to our fifth and final question, y'all, we are going to get to our flavor bombs. So let's go ahead and jump into this evening's flavor bombs. So, of course, with it being the end of the year 2025, and also today being the second day of Kwanzaa, which is Kujachakalia, self-determination to define, name, create for and speak for ourselves, empowering individuals and communities to shape their own destiny and assert their voices, create their own realities rather than being defined by others. Include self-reflection, goal setting, sharing personal affirmations, and researching inspiring figures who have demonstrated persistence. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to light this first black candle tonight. And I don't actually have a black candle here, but we are them black candles that's going to be lit. And this is the Cigarden Panel's 2025 end of year reflections. So I just want to speak to the God Ali, Dawood El at BK Soul Farm, and ask you, God, just to share some of your reflections over the year, whatever you decide you want to share for our viewers, and that's it.
Nah, this with this show, God, like we've come a long way. Like this year has shown me that I really do want to cooperate. Right? I am willing to pull forth the effort. I'm willing to entertain multiple people to figure out where I fit in, right? I've learned that I can have a lot of conversations about a lot of different things, and it is not about me being right ever, right? But it's always about coming from it from a righteous position, and we've been maintaining that, right? Like you've done a great job at being straight up, right? And being like what you call it, like we call it North Star, like a guidepost kind of thing, right? Like you haven't changed on that, so that's been dope. Now it's just been a good year, guy. Like we just been working.
That's peace. That's peace. That's peace, God. We have been working.
We just been working.
We have been working.
What you got?
Well, 2025, the whole year, like
2025.
man, I start off by saying I appreciate you, God, for rocking. For making sure that we have a show to do each and every Sunday among, within our capability, because shit, I done learned a lot this year, you know, with even just trying to work with different people and just trying to have collectivism, you know, some form of collaborative efforts with other people. And you know, I this shit is wild. It's wild because what I realize is it's like something that you just said, you know, it's crazy, but it's not crazy because I know that like I do it on purpose. And that is make an effort to communicate. So it's crazy how the biggest thing that I've experienced is like asking people, what do you want to, what are you willing to do? What are you willing to do? What do you want to do? Let me accommodate that so you can be comfortable. Let me work with your availability. Let me work with your schedule. Let me work with your ideas, and we just blend it together, you know? Like, but tell me, don't ask me. Tell me, hey, I want to do this. You know, I think we could do this. I think we should do that. I think this would be cool. Now, I'm saying, tell me. If you decide to put it into a question form, I understand that it's a tell, right? You just being polite. That's it. I get it. And I'm saying that because of buy-in. Because of you're showing up. We're not getting paid. We are working together. We have a goal. We're trying to build something. All right. So a lot of times when we show up to places, there's a mindset of I have to be here. But most of the time people doing that and they not happy, but they just trying to get their paycheck. So we don't do this on work time. We do this on our, you know, leisure time, and we could be doing something else. So I always respect that. And that's why I say, like, showing up, having your products, having your brand recognition, and even your ideas of the topics and things that we talk about. I need that. I need for you to want to participate like that when we work together. I need that. Because I need to be able to grow too, because you help me grow. You help me learn things, help me see things that I may not be looking at because I'm trying to do something else. So I value that. And what I'm learning is everybody don't fucking get it.
They don't want to.
You know, I'm learning that like everybody don't get it. Like they'll say, okay, you know, and then they get in, and now it's all of a sudden, you know, all of this insecure type of activity. And I'm just like, you know, and then I'll check it, you know, but not negatively. I'm checking it on the calm because I notice it. I'm just saying check it, but I'll have a conversation. I'll confront these things and I'll say, hey, you know, you ain't gotta do. We can do this, boom, 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 or sure, and be very accommodative. I'll accommodate it, right? Because I understand how the communication is being conveyed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So then so then it's like, all right, cool. But then now that I'm not being hostile, you know, that then it's like, well, let me see how much more further I could go. And it's like, okay, so now you're being counterproductive. Because I'm not being hostile, you know, because I'm not trying to be rude and I'm trying to allow for us to grow together, you know, and develop a comfort. Now it's like, now it's like, well, they lose an interest because there's no trauma involved. There's no
Mhm.
trauma bonding involved. And that is wild to me. That is just so wild to me that people feel like that you have to, or beg, or that when you don't even act, when you don't even tell somebody, when you don't even give instruction, okay, and you say whatever you want to bring to the table, let's do it, you know, that they still will feel insecure in that they still will feel like less than or a lack of, and no matter how comfortable you try to make it, you know, it's just like, and then they ghost you, you know. And it's wild because it's not limited. It's like it's been family, it's been friends,
That's what I'm
like
saying, guys.
it's not limited to you be like, oh, with your family, at least they'll give you a call or give you a heads up and be like, hey, I don't want to work with you. You know what I'm saying? Or I don't like the way things went on that show. Or I don't, like constructive criticism, any type of criticism, just honesty. Say what it is that's on your mind, how you feeling about it, you know? And you can tell somebody, say what it is that's on your mind, how you feeling about it. I'm not going to be offended. I don't have an expectation. My expectation is for us to continue to work together and get better, and eventually, we'll see what our glue is. We'll see what our formula is. Like I'm not a YouTube expert and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not the person that is just, oh, get with Pearl and you're gonna have a YouTube overnight and y'all gonna have 1 billion followers and y'all gonna get to the moon, and I ain't even on it like that. God. So like 2025 been a year where I've been like, going through different people trying to work together and stuff, and realize like it's crazy because friendships have been ruined. Relationships have been ruined
Over podcast.
over podcasts, you know?
Crazy.
And that's wild to me. And the number one thing is that I've learned it is that people lack the ability to say how they really feel.
Yo, God, a lot of people talk tough, but when it comes time to actually be tough, they are not, right? Like people say, man, I keep it 100, I keep it a stat, dot, 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 dot. Nah, in your mind.
In your mind, you do, yeah.
In your mind, right? Like we
Yeah.
got a we got a whole lot of when Debo around situations.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Like we got a lot of those, right? Like we gotta,
Yeah.
like when he walk away, we do a lot of, we jump at him and shit when he not looking, like, but we got a lot of that.
And I didn't realize it. I didn't like even some of the people that I've been interacting with. I didn't realize that was part of their character. You know, like I actually thought that like they were straight up like I'm loving on them. They're gonna love me back the same way I'm loving on them. Cause like they'll tell me, man, I love you, Pearl, cause you don't sugarcoat shit. And I'm like, okay, bet. So don't sugarcoat shit when you give it to me. You know what I'm saying? If it's shit, then let me know it's shit. Don't try to, you know, because that's what I do. If you got some, if
That's what I'm saying. They
yeah, so
they tell you they love you because you don't sugarcoat shit, right? That's because they ain't heard shit yet. That's what they you ain't you ain't told them.
you know what I'm saying. But then, you know,
As far as they concerned, you just been talking to everybody else. You ain't been talking to them. All right. So anything corrective you've been saying, it's been for them over there because they're just fine, right? So So I love you, Pearl, because you know what I'm saying? Like, but as soon as you say Ali, whoa, son, why you making it so personal?
Yeah, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
I'm like, what is that? And I could actually be, be pointing out something that they are actually doing, like not lying on you, like I'm just making a point to say
Making an observation.
an observation of your actual activity, your actions. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not lying. I'm not making up some shit like, oh, but you was almost. So it ain't no almost nothing. It ain't no fantastical shit. It's just me replaying what actually happened, current events, and how we got to where we at now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it's like, but they don't want to take no accountability for the shit that they was doing. And then it's like, you a bad guy. I'm a bad guy because I'm actually pointing out what you actually was doing.
To me.
To me, right? To us.
To us.
To
To what
us.
to why we're not succeeding. Right? Like the fact that we're fighting right now. Like, why are we fighting right now? What are we debating about? Are we
And
winning? We trying
that
to
is
win or
so,
what?
and it's crazy to me because I'm starting to think that this is part of the culture. Like this 2025 it's teaching me that like this is a part of the culture now, because this has happened with more than one person. And you know how sometimes you be like, okay, well, if it's sometimes if shit keep happening with more than one person, it may not be them, it might be you. And I'm saying, okay, I take responsibility. It is me because I'm the one who is just, what did you call it, God? Making an assessment of what actually took place. I'm making an observation,
Observation, yeah.
and I'm just reaccounting the events to the people. And that's it. That's all I'm doing. So yes, I am guilty of that. I am guilty of being able to, like people say, tell you about your fucking self. Okay? Tell you about what you did.
I am wearing glasses. I can see extra better.
Yeah, like
I
I
see
could see
better.
what, right. Especially I see better with these, right? So I'm just like, I'm not lying on you, you know? And I'm saying that now you want to make my reaction the problem and have no accountability for your actions.
Yeah, that's what I told you, God. I
You
wanna.
know,
I didn't throw no punches.
and I was like, this is crazy that this is the mindset, you know. And I'm just like, damn, like, do I look like, maybe because of the glasses, I don't know. Do I look like a punching bag? You know? Like I'm not one of them people, you know? So like I leave people alone. I don't bother you. If you acting like you a problem, I don't bother you. But if you come looking for a problem, I got something for you. I'm that guy. You know? So 2025 had to let me just reveal that to me, that, just being reflective. Like I just had no idea that so many people were cool with not being accountable for their actions and playing victim, you know, and on multiple scales, on multiple different experiences in my life through 2025 that I've had. I just did not realize that it was so prevalent amongst people
There's a
that
lot of
like
suckers out here, God.
that like exactly that like me taking accountability, saying being honest enough with myself to say, okay, well, if you keep on experiencing this, it may not be them, it might be you. So check yourself. What are you doing, Pearl? All I'm doing is making an observation and then speaking back to them like, this what you was doing. Correct me if I'm wrong. Like, I'm like, is that not what you did? If that's not what you did, then tell me right now that ain't what you did. Like, and I'm here to listen. I'm not here to argue with you to say no, the fuck you didn't. I'm here to understand it. That's why I'm asking questions. You know? So 2025 told me that just like there is a generation of people, it's a culture out here where people just are like men and women who just have a problem with somebody honestly communicating to them about their actions, you know, and how it affected you, you know, how it affected us, our relationship. Remember that, oh, that's your problem, that ain't my problem. You got a problem with that, not me, right? But it's us. Like, I wouldn't have a problem with it. It wouldn't affect me if you wasn't doing it, right? So yeah, so it wouldn't be us involved in it, you know, if you weren't doing that. And that's fair. Because then it wouldn't be no need for me to question anything. You know, if we weren't doing a podcast together, right? And you were calling me and letting me know when you're not going to be available or you're not going to show up. You weren't just ghosting me, having me all dressed up, ready for the big dance, you know, and the limo don't even show up and shit. It's midnight and I got turned back into a pumpkin, you know?
Still at the house.
The chariot never came. So if I say like that's what you did, and you know that's what you did, then why am I hating now? Why am I lying on you? Why am I, you know, why is
Especially
it
if I never made it to the ball.
Never made it to the ball. We never got to go live. we never got to go live.
Like, I'm still at the crib.
You know, like I'm still at the crib, you know. Justin Timberlake on this. No, I got my suit and tie. You know what I'm saying?
Like
I'm in front of the mirror and shit, tightening up I done fixed my tie and shit like 1,000 times. It ain't gonna get no straighter. You know, ready to go. Man. And it's a no-show. But I'm there, I'm waiting. So like how many times do I do that before I be like, okay, why you just didn't say that you ain't want to go to the ball with me, that you ain't want to go to the dance? Even if it wasn't that you ain't want to go to the dance, if it was a problem with, oh, I took you to the dance one time before and I ain't like the way you act when we was in the dance. Why after that dance you ain't had that conversation with me so I can know better about how I need to make sure that we comfortable when we go to the next dance? It's just no show. No send the conversation, no conversation, no nothing, no text, no telegram, you know.
No nothing.
No
signals.
no, you know. So I'm understanding that like now that we have a culture of people who are comfortable with this, who think it's okay to do that, and then think that you're still supposed to be cool with them in some other way because of maybe some other relationship, some other type of relationship. And it's horrible that and what I think that it's horrible that people are on that type of time, you know. I think that is horrible. 2025 has taught me that one, I need to be okay with burning bridges. You know, I've never been a bridge burner, but I need to start to be okay with burning bridges. Because I used to think like, okay, we can't do this together. I get it. But we still cool. So I know we can't do this. But we still cool, so maybe we can still do the little other shit that we do. But then I started realizing so am I minimizing the disrespect that happened when it came to the understanding of what we can't do together? Because as a friend, I expect honesty. I do have an expectation of honesty as a friend. And if we're going to be honest with each other, then you're supposed to be able to just let me know what's up. So we can get back to where we supposed to our square. We can get back to where we supposed to be at. So, you know, and I'm supposed to be able to listen, understand, have compassion, you know, solve whatever's we resolve first, and then hug you and call you a bitch ass. Okay. You know what I'm saying? But not repeat the same thing because I understand how it affected my friend. You know?
And if you repeat the same thing now, you the bitch ass.
Now I'm the bitch ass.
See how that work?
You know?
You see how that work? Like
that's how it go though. That's
how
how
it go.
that's how it go.
Yeah.
You know, that is the fairness, the honesty, you know, the balance in that. Because you actually care.
Yeah.
So where I'm looking at the disrespect is like where I was saying I'm okay with burning bridges now because I realized that they didn't care. So what other type of situation? So what other type of situation can I get into? Could I possibly get into with them in the future where them not caring causes me my life? And see, when I was younger, I might have gambled with it a lot more. But now, at this age right here, I got more days behind me than I do in front of me. So once you play yourself out, I'm going to go ahead and let you play yourself out.
Definitely.
So that's just a reflection. You know, that's just a reflection of what 2025, you know, has allowed me to see a little bit more. But positives, you know, that like I think that's a positive because that's helping me protect my peace more. That's helping me focus more on the people that actually, you know, mean what they say and say what they mean and have a moral fabric about them that is of value. But like shit, stock portfolio. 2025 been through the roof. You know what I'm saying? So like my investment's been great. You know, I got married this year.
Hey.
You know, shout out to my wife. You know, went on a couple vacations, went overseas a couple times, you know. It's been a beautiful year, man. We got 94 episodes.
94, God.
You know, I can't wait till we get 94 more. And I love and thank you, you know, for showing up, being you. I just love and thank you for showing up and being you and staying true to what you said, to your word, God. You know, like to your word, like that.
94
like people word
lot.
ain't shit out here, man. People word ain't shit out here, God.
At all.
Like people's word is not shit out here, for real. So, you know, just reflecting on 2025, you know, it's more to come. Cigar Sundays live. You know, that's what we're gonna be doing. And you know, I wish you and your family continue everything. Everything. You're going into 2026 and forever. You know, so we're gonna keep it pushing and we're gonna keep on doing what we need to do, you know, and if you don't believe us, just watch what y'all looking at. You know, smash the like button. It's free.
Yeah, we got 94 episodes so far, guys.
You know, and somebody said that it's a you know, that people be gatekeeping like how to make your streams go up and all that stuff. And you know what? I'm starting to I think I understand what it is. You know, I think that everybody's paying for streams or paying for bots or impressions or something. Okay? Because we live in a world now where people will see that it got 1 million followers. I don't want to miss out.
I don't want to miss out.
Let me click on that and see what that is. So it's not even the fact that, you know, that you actually did that you have that. It's the fact that you create that illusion.
Yep. And that's sad.
You know, and I love the fact we just been doing our thing organically. You know, everybody who come and rock with us genuinely. You know, it's not no made up thing over here. But that don't mean we ain't learning the game. and we ain't gonna go ahead and try to make sure we get some of this content out to more folks, you know, so we can get out, so we can turn our chat up and shit like that.
Hell yeah.
You know. So we on it too. We on it. We definitely on it. But yeah, that's just wanted to share some reflections. A lot of stuff happened in 2025 and a lot of growth.
A lot of growth, God.
A lot of growth. Learned a whole lot of new words.
Oh, I forgot about that part. Man.
You know, and some of the old words, learned how to implement them better in my own personal life, you know, and professional life. So if you're not getting it, you know, I guess I gotta pull myself up by my own bootstraps. You know?
Yeah, I'll be self-determining with you, God.
You know, I guess it'll just be us on the bootstrap pull.
What I say,
You
man,
know?
us supporting us, God, like that's the
That's
only
it.
way to do it, man. Like they got us stuck on bullshit.
All the way stuck.
You gotta let it go.
All the way stuck. All the way stuck. And it's just getting out of hand, more and more out of hand. If you don't have anything, God, that's all we got for the flavor bombs.
Yeah, no, I'm good, God.
Right.
You've just been Flavor Bomb, and now back to our show.
So if you just joining us, we are smoking on the word Kwanzaa. And we have been going through our questions. What do you think of when you hear the word Kwanzaa? Why do you think African Americans lack interest in celebrating Kwanzaa? Which of the 7 principles of Kwanzaa is your favorite and why? What are the positive and negatives of Kwanzaa? Explain both. And our 5th and final, last but never least question for tonight is the word Kwanzaa bad, good, or misunderstood? The God, Ali, Dawood El, and BK Soul Farm.
Kwanzaa is a great word that unfortunately is misunderstood. Right? It's just not explained enough professionally, I guess, or purposefully enough. Um, so while there's nothing but goodness, everything about it is good. The intent is good. All the words I think mean good. Um, the concept, the principles, the idea in itself is highly misunderstood, right? And that might be done purposefully, but it's the reality, right? Is a good, great word that is purposefully misunderstood. That's what I got.
That's what you got. That's what we going with. It's nothing else to be said. Great word. Absolutely misunderstood for everything that you just said.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's nothing else to say about that. Nothing else to say. So tonight, y'all, we were smoking on the word Kwanzaa, and we just answered our 5th question: is the word Kwanzaa bad, good, or misunderstood? And the Cigarden Panel agrees. Great word. Everything about it, but highly misunderstood. Let us know what y'all think in the comment section. And also let us know what you think about any of our questions tonight. We do respond to them. We want to thank every one of you for pulling up and hanging out with us tonight. Shout out to Marv Turner, 60 for pulling up and keeping us live, keeping everything going in the chat. We appreciate you. Shout out to you and your family, fam. And shout out to everybody who pulled up tonight. Everybody who's watching out there. Make sure to smash that like button. We appreciate it. It's very free, y'all. It's a free thing. Just go and smash it, y'all. Every time you come in and watch this, just smash the like button as soon as you come in. You know, it's the don't be look. I'm starting this for 26. I'm starting this. All right. I'm about to get on my shit. Y'all gonna make me get on my stizzy. All right. Don't be the type of person that won't even lift a finger to help somebody. Okay? And if you feel that way, if you watch us and you be like, I wouldn't lift a finger to help y'all. All right? Then I hope you prosper. All right? I hope you prosper. All right? But we ain't got nothing else for you. Okay?
For real.
We ain't got nothing else for you. All right? Because if you watching and you don't hit the like button, then you a looking ass mofo. That's all you is. Okay? Because that's free. We got merch. We got mugs. We got books. We got everything you could go and spend some money with African-owned black business, African-American-owned businesses, indigenous people, FBA, all of that. We cover all the bases, everything. The Negroes,
ADOS.
We cover everything. All right. Put us in a lineup. We probably gonna get picked out. Okay. But we ain't asking but for nothing but a like. And if you can't do that, then you are the type of person who wouldn't even lift a finger to help somebody. You know, so I don't know who you are, but you're worthless. You know, and I take it how you want to take it, you know. But as far as that goes, don't forget we got 25% off all merch right now at the DBCHEFTV gift shop. Link in the description from now until January 5th, 2026. And also, don't forget to check out 1016 160 Self-Sustainability by the God Ali Dawood at www.bksoulfarm.com. Also, the link is in the description right now. We want everybody to have a peaceful, positive, and productive new year. You know, not just your week, because the week is coming, but your new year too, going into it. I don't know if people do resolutions. Y'all know we didn't do no resolutions because we don't really do no resolution type shit. You know what I'm saying? We kind of learn what we learn and then keep that shit going forward.
Keep it going forward.
You know, so it ain't really about no resolutions around here. Like, because we not waiting till tomorrow to start some shit, you know? So I think lazy people do that. Oh, I'm going to get around to it. You're not going to do it.
I'm a right now kind of person.
Right now, you know? So, peaceful, positive, productive, supporting your interests in living is something that you can do each and every day. And like the guy always said, I love it. Each and every day is a day to be a better version of yourself than you were yesterday. Okay? So that's what we wish for all y'all. Whether you smash the like button or not, that's really what we wishing for you, because we don't have that. We don't got no negative energy with us. You know? Don't play, because you can get it. But at the same time, like that,
you get a lot of it too.
You know, like that ain't really what we want to do. You know, we'd rather not. You know,
100%.
But you know, but the peaceful, positive, and productive is a choice. Supporting your interests and living is a choice. You know, a positive choice, one that you see us doing, and thank the universe, the Most High, all of that good stuff, that we're able to come here each and every Sunday, 8 p.m. East Coast time, Cigar Sundays live with myself, Chef Earl Pearl at DBCHEFTV, and the God Ali Dawood at BK Soul Farm. Happy New Year to y'all. Love, light, and we'll see y'all next Sunday night. Peace, God.
This whole publication is all about going from nowhere to somewhere, right? Being able to stand on something so that you can travel in peace, right? So bksoulfarm.com, 1016 160 self-sustainability. Jump on the list and get yourself together, right? Because it is irresponsible to not even know what responsibility means. So get yourself together, food, clothing, and shelter, protection of that, support your interests, and live.
It's the most wonderful time of the year again, where families make new memories, share old memories, and celebrate the new year. So visit the DB Chef TV gift shop for the best stocking stuffers to add to your holiday cheer. Enjoy 25% off our entire site now through January 5th, 2026.
At the Veteran Kettle Podcast, we thank you for your service, support, and sacrifice to our country. Listen to real stories of adversity and triumph as we give our best to honor our vets. Subscribe today and watch episodes now streaming on YouTube at TVK Podcast, The Veteran Kettle. Love ain't always easy, and we won't stop until we get it right. So bring that ass to the Love Speak Podcast. Subscribe today and let your love speak at TLS Podcast, The Love Speak, now streaming on YouTube. If it's Friday night and you don't have a date, then brunch with the fellas is your spot, so don't be late. We go up at 9 p.m. with the trending topic news. Smash the like, comment, subscribe, and share the content. Don't be rude at Brunch Fellas, now streaming on YouTube.
Exchange insights Sundays at 8 p.m. East Coast time with the Cigarden Panel, smoking on words like two big nerds, hosted by DBCHEFTV and BK Soul Farm at Cigar Sundays on YouTube. Subscribe and hit the notification bell so when they go live, you never miss an episode of Cigar Sundays Live.
Sign up for the newsletter and shop merch and clothing at www.dbcheftv.com.